Okay. Okay. So I'll try not to go too personal. So I'll share a terminal later, okay? Okay. So that's how I want you to see your life. So you may be doing well in one place, but one thing we don't realize in our growth is when you eliminate another part or you don't focus on that, it will now steal the joy from the other place. Okay. But when you have, so this circle could mean anything. Okay. This is not the circle I use personally. Okay. But it depends on what is important to you. This is kind of a general broad view. And then you rank it at the end of the year. So sometimes that is even why we don't achieve one goal or the other, because maybe you didn't focus on finance, but you want to start business. Those two are different. So because your money goals are not right, how then do you start a healthy business? You get what I mean, Nicole?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I hope everybody gets it. I'm just using Nicole as an example. She's just being the scapegoat for today because I can do that. Okay. So the wheel of life is actually supposed to be a round circle, but ideally, but in life it's not always so. But the rounder it gets, the better. Okay, you may not feel like a perfect 10, but sometimes an 8 is even feeling better for you because you were always a 1. Do you get it? Maybe you're comfortable for some of my goals. I'm comfortable having a 7 for now because that's what I think I can handle, and then I progress on it. Do you get it? And then you give yourself a chance to grow. Okay, so a wheel of life helps you to realize what area of your life to really work and then what could make it better. So once you look at it, you discuss, you see what is missing. What you see is what you will work at. What gets measured is what gets managed. Okay, and then you start thinking, what's the consequence if nothing changes? So Nicole, if I give you, let's say this is your wheel of life. Okay, we've not done yours. What do
Okay.
you think will happen in your life in about 5 years' time if nothing changes? Imagine yourself in 5 years, or maybe that's too far, by December this year. What do you think will happen to you? Or what's the point? Maybe not to just you, or to your family, to your finances, to something else, if nothing changes.
I think you're just going to be as you are. If you, someone says something that poverty is hard, being rich is hard, so you choose your hard. So if you are in a poor state, then that is how you are going to be. Nothing is going to change.
Exactly. But also the thing that we forget is anything that stops growing begins to die. Anything that
So
stops growing begins to die. You may not die today, but you are on the journey of death. And so growth is something that should always be constant in your mind. Okay. So that's what I want you girls to think about, even though we have goals. And just like the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy, there are things that we need, okay, at our foundation or at our bottom, and then we start growing. Sometimes we are quick to say, I want the finance, I want this. Yes, they are good. But as I said, if your finance is top notch, but your health is bad, then what have you gained? If you don't have time for yourself, personal development, your family, and all that, right? But you are up there and you are celebrated, you are contributing, and then you come home, you cannot enjoy your family space. Then do you really have success? Do you really have happiness? And these are things we really need to be sincere and begin to think about as we are growing. Okay, so most of us, we go to work and we are tired. And it's because we haven't laid the foundations well. If you are not in good shape or good health, when you climb just a flight of stairs and you are tired, you are panting, you can't do much. How can you contribute in the office? Or you go to work and you are not well dressed, your presentation is poor, you've not done your personal development. How do you expect the contrast to come in and your finance and your business to grow? So there are things we need to do before we go. So I really love this triangle done by the Tony Robbins company. It really tells you that they say that the foundation of everybody's goal should be your basic health. When you are in a sound mind, and mental health is part of it, sound mind, sound body, There's nothing you can win. Your emotions, you can now work on your emotional health. You get a meaning in your life. Then you can work on your relationships, your time management, your work, your career, or your mission in life. Then your finances. And for me, that makes sense because if you have finances and your work or career is not stable, then where is the finances actually coming from and where is it going? How sustainable is it? You get it. But if you have to be on a mission, you are having a good career, finances is assured. Okay. And then you can get to significance where you celebrate, you contribute to life without even checking your bank account. You are that open to give up. And if you have any question, please feel free to unmute and then ask me. Any questions so far? Okay, so I'm going to show you a video and then we'll move into what this mentorship is about. Okay, so let me know if you can hear. If you can't hear, I'll pause it and I'll start again. Okay. The reason why a lot of people won't become who they want is because they're too attached to who they've been. And you hear it all the time when people say, I've always been this way. Okay, well, if that's working for you, keep doing that. I knew it wasn't working for me any longer. I had hit my version of rock bottom. I'm in Inglewood, living off Arborvitae. I'm on government assistance, and I run out of money, and I had to buy Pampers for Jelani. And I had $11.42 in the bank. And I remember wrapping my son in a towel for 2 days. You know, someone said, because when I tell the story, I always get teary-eyed. Someone said, do you fabricate the tears because you've told the story so much? No, I'm a mama. Every time I tell the story, I feel it again. I remember the second day, like you said, I had my hand on Jelani's stomach, and I said, don't worry, baby. Mommy will never be this broke or broken again. And that day, what shifted for me was I was willing, and I don't know if this is going to sound crazy, I was willing to completely die to any form of me that I had been so that I can birth the woman that I was becoming. So I was willing to let go of everything and everybody. See, another reason why people won't get there is because the doorway is for you to fit through. You're trying to carry everybody else through because you're trying to be Rescue 911. And you got to rescue you first. I am much more valuable to my family and to my community because I was willing to let them go through the door myself, teach myself, learn myself, condition myself, and then come back and get them. I'm much more valuable to them now. But I had to go through a window time of 10 years of judgment. You leaving us, hanging out with white people all the time. You going to these crazy countries. We don't know what you. I had to be willing to allow my conviction to make me inconvenienced. See, we want to grow, but we want to stay liked by everybody. I was willing to be my own rescue at the risk of your approval. Most of us aren't like that. Facebook is an example. We want to be liked. Well, I woke up and I like myself today, so your like is extra. My job is to like me first. I was willing to say every day, Lisa, you like you? Lisa, are you proud of you? Lisa, are you playing full out? Every day before I checked in with anybody else. That's lonely, by the way. Why won't most people do it? Because it's scary and it's lonely. So what did I do? I was willing to find people who had what I didn't have, who were living lives that I wasn't living, who believed things that I didn't know about, and I was willing to become their student. Okay, so if anybody can unmute, what did you pick up from this video? What stood out for you?
Yeah, please, that was about requesting if it can be replayed. I think I was facing pauses in it. I don't know whether it's from my network or it's from the other side.
So I will put it on the chat. I'll put it in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yes. But what did anybody else, Salima, what did you pick up?
If I'm not mistaken, I think from what I was hearing, it was about a woman who went through a lot but refused to give up or something. Like, I think that was what it was really about. Though I wasn't really getting what she was saying.
Okay. These people are not serious. Oh, see where it's taking me. Okay. So, Lisa Nichols is an amazing woman, someone I follow dearly. So she changed her life literally in a year. No joke. So it's a true story. She was in a place where she couldn't even buy diapers for her son, simple diapers for her child. And that's when she made her mind that she's going to change. But the change didn't come easy. Just because you want change doesn't mean the world will embrace you. And she was talking about being comfortable and being willing to be inconvenient so she doesn't compromise her growth. And just before she shot this video, this interview, she had flown all her family members, including the naysayers, on a private jet for a 1 week vacation on her dime. Now imagine she hadn't said yes to herself, yes to her personal development, invested in herself to grow, she would have been where she was. And now she has multiple businesses plus a coaching company, and she's teaching people to do the same. And that is so possible for anybody. I love this story a lot because it's so possible for anybody. Of course, Ghana system is different from the States. But if you put your mind at it and be willing to be uncomfortable, because it's not going to be smooth. So sometimes I do this 28 days challenge where I say, so I'm addicted to Coke. I'm not doing Coke. And that is when my family will bring Coke to my face. Okay. But the willingness to say, okay, I'm going to shut myself in my room so that I don't get tempted, or put barriers or something in place so that I don't get to do that. It's all part of my health check. Okay. So this is what I'm inviting you to. It is 10 long weeks. There are going to be challenges in the way. But if you're willing to put in some investment, your time, your resources, anything that is demanded of you, then you can also make a change. So this is what we are going to talk about. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about the overview, the expectations, and the requirements. So the next 10 weeks, as I say, will transform your approach to your daily life. I'm hoping to tweak some things, bring you awareness to certain things that are staring in your face, but you haven't really noticed it. Okay, I'm going to help you to be intentional, and then at the end, we'll see incredible results. So what I usually do is when we start, we do a note to my future self, and then at the end, we read it and see, did we achieve what we said we would do? Okay, so that is what we're going to do. So just a brief overview before our time runs out. It's 10 weeks program, okay? It's going to be back to back. We're going to have a coaching call just like this for just about 90 minutes. So coaching call is usually I teach something away and then we have some questions, okay? And then sometimes it's just question time and then we talk about your growth. It's going to be purely growth focused. So because I'm not coaching you individually, I'm going to take a holistic approach. So I like that you guys are hungry for growth. So we are going to see some principles that are custom to growth. So we are going to talk about certain laws of intentionality, laws of connection or relationships, and all that. And then we are going to have, as I said, group calls. I'm going to send you resources via the WhatsApp page. So we are going to set a new WhatsApp page. As I said, this program might not be for everybody, and I do understand. But whoever gets onto the next one, so this one will become dormant. You get to the resources, the materials, and assignments each week. And you're encouraged to do the assignments before the end of the week. And trust me, they come with rewards. I am on a mentorship program myself, and I completed my assignment first in the group. And guess what? Our mentor sent me a ticket to a program, a 2-day program that was costing like $300. I got to go for free. I'm not saying I'm going to give you a ticket to a program that's $300, but I'm just saying the mentorship has its rewards. And when you put your focus on it, it works. I'm seeing some changes in my life just because I decided to do one-on-one mentorship this year. Normally I do mentorship from afar, But this year I decided to do one-on-one. And if you follow me on social media, you see the woman I'm talking about because I talk about her a lot. And then we'll have an end of term celebration. I really am big on celebrations. So at least we are going to have an ice cream together, especially if you're in Accra. So we'll pick a date that we can all make it and then we'll sit together. So that's the only time I would require you to be in person. Okay. Any questions so far? So as I said, it's going to be 10 weeks program back to back. So every week we're going to meet. It's going to be growth focused. I'm going to talk about the principles of growth and what you should look out for when you want to grow yourself. And then I'm going to send you resources every week. And then it could be videos, it could be a workbook, but definitely you will get assignments for each week. And then we'll have an end of term celebration. Okay. So how I like to celebrate my small wins or big wins is with an ice cream. Okay. So I'm going to introduce you to that. And then, yeah, that's how we're going to go. So is it free? I guess this was the question that I had the most on WhatsApp. So yes, it's absolutely free. Okay. I'm just doing this cohort and the next cohort. It's absolutely free. You don't pay anything. Are you serious? Salima, you can't hear me still? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, please.
Oh, Salima, then check your audio. How do I type for Salima? So yes, it's absolutely free. This is something I'm just doing as a bonus. Good. But one thing I also learned from my mentor is when it's free, you don't usually appreciate it. So for me, it's free, but you have to make an investment in yourself. Okay, so for example, so I had $300 ticket to go for an event. Now I had to pay for my taxi ride to get to the event. I had to pay for my food when I got to the event. So that's what's up. So what investment is required of you? So question is, will you invest in yourself? So how would you celebrate when you finish the end? And then what would you do for yourself? And then whose life are you going to touch, okay, at the end of this? So these are the things I want you to think about. So imagine it's at the end of 10 weeks and you are seeing massive growth in you. How do you want to celebrate it? And again, celebrating your wins is very, very essential to your growth. Actually, it does something to your mind and it pushes you to go on. I wrote something here. I'll comment on it later when you girls were sharing. And then what would you do for yourself and others? So what would the growth actually mean to you? Okay, how do you see yourself expanding with that? And then whose lives are you going to touch? Especially for me, I call it pay it forward. You touch someone's life that will not necessarily do something for you back. Okay, so you're paying it forward. So just as I'm giving you something for free, this is what you also have to do for someone. Do something for free. So that is the investment I'm requiring from you, but I'm putting a price to it. Okay. So for each week, I'm charging you 10 Ghana cedis. And then I'm paying 1 Ghana cedi off for you. Okay, as my trust that you're going to complete this course. So this is your entry to it. This is your investment. You're paying 10 Ghana cedis a week. The last week is a bonus, so you get it for 99 Ghana cedis. So you know you're paying 99 Ghana cedis for the whole week. It is not going to come to me. It's going to come to my PA. So she's going to hold it. And why am I taking 99 Ghana cedis? For 2 reasons. So one, so you are, because it's 10 classes and life happens, you are allowed to miss class just twice. I think that's fair, right? If it's not fair, please let me know. You can miss class just twice. I will try and record. I'm not a fan of recording, but I'll try and record. But if you miss any other time, you buy me an ice cream. So I take 20 cedis out of it and I buy myself ice cream. I will take a picture and I will send it to you and say thank you. Okay, so that is just a guarantee to say you will be in class. Thank you, Pearl, for telling me it's fair. So I know an ice cream joint here, they will give it to me for 20 Ghana cedis. If I feel like going to Pinocchio, which is more expensive, I will go. I'll take a picture, send it personally to you, and say thank you. Which means, okay, I'll talk about the other one. So when you miss a class, you buy me an ice cream, okay? And then at the end of it, I said, how would we celebrate? So I'm inviting you to celebrate with me. And one way I do it is buying ice cream. So we'll sit and then we'll eat ice cream. So half of the money is going to our ice cream. Okay, so this is the investment you're making into the future. So my PA will hold on to it. And then at the end, we sit together, we eat an ice cream. Okay, whatever cost. And then part of the money, you use it to go and touch another person's life. If it's 5 Ghana cedis, 10 Ghana cedis, but you have to show evidence that you've blessed someone in some way. Okay, so you are making an investment of 99 Ghana cedis in the next 10 weeks, which is like 2.5 months. Okay, but then you need to pay the money before second week in July. You pay it before we start. So whoever pays it gets onto the next platform. The money is not for this coaching, it's not for this program. Actually, what I charge for this program is $30 per week. And I kid you not, I have done it before, where we do a growth journey, a 28 days growth journey. So this, as I said, I'm doing just 2 cohorts, and this is the only time I'm doing it for free. But I want you to make an investment for yourself so that when you're eating your ice cream, you know that you deserve the ice cream, every bit of it. Okay. So I want to know in the chat who can commit to this. Say I commit, for example. And let me just know. I commit, or you can just show me a heart or something. Nice. Nice. I know you girls mean business. Yes. Okay, so I have only Nyamiba saying that she commits. Okay. Okay, I have Pearl. I have Nicole, thank you for one. Okay, I'm glad. So I know that I'm not being insane here, so I'm in. Okay, so as I said, it's for pay it forward and it's for after celebration. These are the only 2 reasons why I'm asking for you 99 Ghana cedis. Okay. What is required of you now? This is also a very important part. So what I like, unlike today, make sure that you have a good internet and not so noisy place, because I want you to show up. So cameras on, we are interacting, we are commenting. Do you get it? We are playing full out. Okay. I also want you to submit assignments on time. If you pay attention to this growth journey, trust me, by the end of it, you will see changes. I kid you not. Even if it's a minute change, you will see how drastic it becomes. Okay. And then, as I said, you can only miss 2 classes max. That doesn't mean you should miss 2. If you can come for all the 10, please do come for all the 10. Okay. I will put some suggested times. Unfortunately, I couldn't set a time. I don't know if Sunday, this normal time is okay for everybody, or we can suggest a time and debate on it. My only problem is during the week, I really don't know how my schedule goes. So I like the weekends. And yeah, so that's how it's going to go. You're hoping to start second week in July. I'll put the date out and then we go. But then once we get the numbers, and I'll put the Momo and everything there. Once we get the numbers, then we can roll. Okay. For now, I have 3 people. Nicole. Oh, I have 4. Rosemary, Pearl, and Nyameba. Can I know, are you all in Accra? I know Nicole is in Accra. I don't know about Rosemary, Pearl, and Nyameba if you're in Accra. So please put in the chat for me, are you in Accra? Okay, or where are you dialing in from? Bibiani, hey, the celebration, you have to make a time to come here. So we'll pick a time that's conducive for everybody. It could be a holiday, great. Takwa Day, I just said. They're not too far. So we can make it, okay. And also be an ambassador. So you are going to be an ambassador for the next cohort. So you can bring someone on board. You get to talk to them about how beneficial or not so beneficial it was to you. But I also have another thing. I don't think I put it here. Oh, I mixed it up. I mixed it up. Okay. So at the end, I'm thinking we'll do what I normally do, a 28 days challenge. Okay. So it's 10 weeks. 10 times 7 is what? 70. So we are doing 70 days, but out of the 70 days, we will do maybe a 28 or a 30 days challenge. And basically, you set a few goals, so maybe 3 to 5 goals, and you're going to work at it and get it within those days. Now, that is so effective, and I'll teach you how we do it. So that's the bonus. And this is something I teach others, and they pay it. Okay, but you girls are getting it for free. That is if you come on the course. Okay, and you get a ticket also for those who complete all the 10 weeks and submit their assignment. It is not for everybody. Just because you've enrolled and you've not done your assignment, you don't get this. So at the end of the year, December 1st and 2nd, you're the first people to hear this. November 1st and 2nd, we are having the Girl Max Conference. Okay. I've been talking under G to some of my mentors to come on board, to come and be a part of this conference. So we'll get it together and then we'll start advertising. But it's a 2-day conference and it's going to be a paid conference. You get a ticket to come. So it's going to be Friday, Saturday. Okay. The first day is kind of open, but the second day, we are going to do the year in review that I said, and then we'll do vision board and all that. I'll see if I can get some finance and other things inside. So we are still drawing it up. You get a ticket to a 2-day conference and you get a front row seat. If you later decide to enroll, as I said, this is just the beginning. The mentorship is just the beginning. But Girl Max Academy is actually a 6 months to a year journey where you are intentional about your growth. Okay. As I said in the beginning, I'm a personal development junkie. I like to catch up on everything personal development and develop who I am. Okay, so if you take it serious, I pledge I will also take you serious. Okay, so getting a flow run seat, because that one is going to be limited number. You get the first yes. Okay, because I've seen how you grow and I know that you can go with me. Okay, these are some of my favorite quotes when it comes to personal development. It says that change is inevitable, but personal development is a choice. Again, change is inevitable, but personal development is a choice. That's by Brendan Bouchard. He also said personal development is common sense, but it's not a common practice. And that is so sad. And it's because we are not conscious of it. We are growing, but we are not growing at the speed that we can. Most of us are growing academically, sometimes spiritually, and sometimes because we want business or finance, we grow. But when you look at the wheel of life, you realize that there's so much to your life that you can better, right? And that all forms your personal development when you become that intentional about it. Okay. And then from John Maxwell, where I got my coaching from, it says everything you want out of life comes through your willingness to grow. So again, intentionality. You can't give what you don't have, and you can't lead where you don't go yourself. So I love your zeal and all that. But sometimes when life hits you so hard, what do you rely on? It is the foundations that you built that will hold you. For example, I told you about a loved one passing, and we buried her in March. And then at the end of the March, and April, I'm coming back to my work. Now, April schools are vacating. I have to do reports for them and all that. I didn't have the energy at all. And I had some speaking engagements to do. Now, I'm not the kind of speaker who says I speak from my heart. I need to prepare. This presentation, I did it this dawn. Literally, I did it this dawn because I want to give you value. Okay. And so how did I survive the month of April? Because of the foundations I have built. I have written down some speaking guidelines already. So when it was time for this, I could easily pick on this. I call it my savings and loans. I could easily refer to how I've prepared easily. Imagine I haven't prepared on any topic, I don't know anything, and then I go, I'll speak from my heart, as they say. But no true speaker just speaks from their heart. You prepare and then you add your heart or your emotions to it. That you bring value, you can speak on facts. And I'm not just telling you about my CV and what happened to me on the airport. No. You see that my mission is on target. And that's what I want from all of you. So that one day, I'm hoping that you get to meet Yawa Hansen Kwao, who's my mentor. she gives so much value. You get to meet her and she sees a replica of what she's taught me in you. Do you get it? Then it's like the going keeps on going. Okay, so that is what I have for you. I'm hoping that we can do it. Do you have any questions for me? And I hope you say yes. Yes, Abigail, I'm glad that you see that this is a bright opportunity and I hope that you catch up. Any question?
Okay, Miss Virginia.
Yes, please. Please
Yeah,
talk.
mine is not actually a question. It's more or less like an observation or a comment. Like mostly you see how do I say, experienced people talk to you about how they made it. Like they will tell you how what they were facing and how they got there, but you don't really, you often don't hear them telling you the step by step approach that they got there. Maybe at a point in my life I had to do this, I had to do, all they can tell you was maybe I was a student who was facing financial difficulties, and look at me now, I'm this, you get it. So in between he or she being a student having financial difficulty and where he is now, they don't really give you an elaborated um information about how they made it there. So actually I'm very happy this opportunity has come on board. We'll be able to explore because it's more
Some agents are marrying is now, or quite them so could Jerry.
because
May
I feel
win
like
a million. May bow,
when
but
what like
Yes.
push the person to move forward. So I'm very happy this opportunity has come on board, and I'm looking forward to joining the whole 10 weeks. I'm really looking forward.
Thank you so much. And as we go on board, and I said, don't put me on a pedestal. If there's something you don't understand or I'm missing something, draw my attention to it, and I'll try my best to bring you an answer. Okay, as much as I can. Oh, I didn't tell you another bonus. Yes. So this is for those who do the assignment and do all 10 weeks. I am going to visit you personally. It doesn't matter where you are. We will find a way and meet, and then we'll do one-on-one coaching. That I do promise you. I would like to bring you that value. So we'll find a way within the year, meet, and then actually talk heart to heart and see how you can grow. Okay. So that is, I'm actually giving you everything of myself, but I'm really hoping that you get value of this and give me feedback. Okay. Give me feedback. Anybody else? Anybody wants to say anything?